In this video, I'm exploring appointment reminders. How important are they? Especially for sales calls. Hey, it's Tom Jackobs. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel today. I certainly appreciate it. If it's your first time here, welcome, and you are in for a treat. My purpose of doing these videos is to make owning a business a lot easier so that you can get that freedom that you desperately want and need, because that's why you got into business in the first place, right? Because I know what it's like to own a business and being a slave to that business 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't already, why don't you just go ahead and subscribe to the channel right there. That way you get notified every time a new video comes alive to help you with your business. So let's dive right into the topic at hand, which is appointment reminders. How important are they? Especially for sales calls. Let me first ask you a question. What's your preferred way of being communicated with? Do you prefer email, phone call, text message, messenger, smoke signals, somebody knocking on your door, meeting at a coffee shop? Which is it? I'm curious. Go ahead and post those comments below. Your preferred communication style. There are a ton of different ways people like to be communicated with. You just don't know how your prospect wants to be communicated with. Do they prefer the phone? Do they prefer text message? All of this is just very, very different for each individual person and their personal preference. For me personally, I don't like receiving phone calls. I know that sounds odd coming from somebody that owns a call center that does phone calls and makes a living doing that, but I personally don't prefer the phone. I would rather get a text message or an email. Well, probably text message if it's really important, but an email does just as well, or a Facebook message or Line or WhatsApp message, but some type of text, because then I can read it and go through it. And even when people send me voice messages on WhatsApp or iMessage, I still don't particularly like those either, because then I have to get my earphones in or get it close. What if I'm in public and I don't want other people to hear the conversation? I think that's the big thing for myself, is the privacy issue. I don't want to have other people hear my conversations. So I would prefer to do the texting. When you are in business and doing marketing, doing sales, doing communication, you just don't know how people prefer to be communicated with. On those first interactions, you have to hit them in all those different ways. That means a phone call, it means a text message, it means an email. I'm going to share with you what I've seen over tens of thousands of leads as my team has called to confirm appointments, make appointments, and actually do appointments. And this is not based on some type of theory or conjecture. This is real live data. Over 10,000 data points have been compiled to come up with these ideas of, do you need to do appointment reminders and which one works the best? First of all, it really depends on the receiver. And if you don't know the preferred communication method of that receiver, well, then you have to hit them in all the different ways. And that might be WhatsApp, it might be Line, it might be email message, it could be a calendar invite. Those are all things that we do to make sure that our clients' appointments are upheld. Because again, you don't know what the person on the other end is preferring. So we do the phone call, we do the text confirmation, we send an email with a confirmation, even with the calendar link, so they can just download that right to their calendar. If you've registered for any of my webinars, you'll see on the thank you page that I put the buttons there so you can download that webinar or the free training or whatever that I'm doing into your calendar to make it super easy, because I want to make sure that you actually show up. And then you'll get a phone call to confirm that you'll actually come, and then you'll get an email and you'll get a text message as well. You might think that this is a little bit overkill, but again, you don't know what the preferred communication style is of that person until maybe they become a client. And then you definitely want to ask and then fulfill on that promise of communicating with them in that preferred method. But as long as they're a prospect, it is very important to hit them in all different ways. And yes, you do need to do appointment reminders. And as many of the different modes of communication there's going to be a bunch of different ways that people are going to be responding to those. I mean, I get messages all the time that says, oh, please don't call. Well, great, we take you off the call list. Or please don't text me anymore. Great, take you off the text list. That becomes very easy with the right systemization in place. And again, when you are doing your follow-up, if you do not have a system in place that keeps track of where that prospect is or what ways that they've been communicated with and which ones they've opted out, well, then it's going to be kind of a crapshoot, actually, and it's going to take a ton of your time. It's so important to make sure you have a system and a process in place for confirming those appointments or even making those appointments and those sales calls. And in fact, if you're interested in getting a PDF download of my little book on how to save a bunch of time in your business by systemizing that follow-up, follow-through process, well, definitely click the link below. You can download that PDF, and I take you through the whole process of follow-up, follow-through, so that you can systemize it and make sure that the appointments that you're setting actually do show up, because that is now your opportunity to grow your business, to help somebody else, and obviously make more money. If you only rely on automation, then there's a very good chance that you are going to be missing out on a ton of people who don't reply to automated emails and texts, or even they may have had some other email system set up so that even the broadcast emails or the automated emails don't even get to them. So it's really important that you get a diversity of ways to communicate with people so that you actually get in touch with them. Because again, it's your duty and obligation, because they've asked for a contact, to do what you can to contact them. And whether that's through email or phone or text message, they will let you know what their preferred method is. So go ahead and confirm those appointments. It is absolutely necessary. The data shows that it does increase the show rate of appointments and webinars when there is warm outreach, meaning reminders that go out, even the phone call that goes out. I see this over and over again in the data, that when there is a voice confirmation, there is an attendance. So I hope this was super helpful for you and you put those systems and processes together. If you need some help with that, just give me a ringy ding ding. Well, don't call me, text me instead. Send me a message, send me an email. All that details is down below. You can schedule a strategy call straight away with me. I'd love to chat with you about what we can do to help you out. And of course, there are videos that are available on this YouTube channel to help you get your business rocking and rolling. You can check out those videos right there. And until next time, you have a great day.